Welcome back to High Country Physical Therapy. I'm Brett Peterson. Today I wanted to discuss what has been deemed the opioid epidemic. In early 2016, the Center for Disease Control, or the CDC, put together a major task force and delivered a report on this epidemic. First of all, a few statistics. In the year 2012, over 259 million opioid prescriptions were given out to folks to combat the effects of pain. We know that 1 in 4, or 25%, of all folks who start onto an opioid regimen will develop some form of addiction to that medication, which in turn has many negative side effects. Loss of self-control, can lead to further addictive behaviors, and there's a lot of negative aspects that can come from this addiction. Every day there is over 1,000 people treated in the emergency departments throughout the United States for the effects of overdose from an opioid. And from 1999 until now, there's been over 165,000 deaths directly related to the overdose of use of opioid medications. So I would dare bet that the vast majority of you know someone within your own personal circle of friends or family that has, in one way or another, been affected by this epidemic and the addictive nature of opioid medications. And so, Brett, that's great. Thanks for all the statistics. What can we do about it? Part of this task force by the CDC, they developed a number of alternatives for the use of opioid-based medications, and one of the highlights of this is the use of rehabilitative services or physical therapy. And I want to touch on just 4 key things that folks can do to combat the effects of pain and hopefully avoid the use of opioid-based medications. First of all is what I've dubbed the E word, comes right before the F word, and that E word is exercise. Some people love it, a lot of people hate it to death, and there's quite a few of us that are kind of right in between. Study after study after study over all the different fields of healthcare, medication, mental health, study after study indicates that there are so many positive benefits to exercising. Just to list a couple that come right to mind. First of all, when you exercise, you increase the rate of your cardiovascular system, which is your heart and lungs, and this increase in your cardiovascular system brings more oxygen to the tissues of the body. A lot of pain can be attributed or made worse due to a lack of oxygenation. I'm making this very simple, but if there's not enough blood flow and oxygen to an area that is prone to injury or that has been injured, the healing process is slowed down, pain increases. Exercise has also been shown to increase serotonin levels within the brain, which that helps regulate the body and helps regulate the pain responses. So number 1 is exercise. Number 2 is manual therapy or hands-on treatment. There's plenty of backing to the effects of manual therapy. Now, typically a manual therapy treatment such as soft tissue mobilization or massage, cracking your back or cracking a joint, an instrument-assisted technique. These techniques have really good foundations for short-term care. However, it is just short-term care. In the end, we need to get to the base of what's going on, use these manual techniques to decrease pain in the short term, and then get you doing step number 1, exercising in a pain-free manner, to then get the positive benefits of that exercise. Number 3 is education. And it's been amazing to me working with the scores of people that I've worked with to see just how much effect good education can come. Sometimes all it takes is a tweak here or there in your daily activities, the way you sit, the breaks that you take, a couple movement patterns that may be a little bit off. We discuss that, look at that, and these minor changes can have drastic effects that lead you to decreased pain and less need for the use of other modalities such as medication or invasive procedures. And the 4th is teamwork. It is very important that us as healthcare professionals work with you and work together. For the most part, that happens nicely, but in some situations, as professionals maybe don't get along as well as we should, and it's in the end, the most important component to what we're talking about is you, the patient. What I do, my biases and my training doesn't matter. It all comes down to you, and we need to find what works best for you. If that's doing more manual treatment to get you to exercise better, whether that's with a physical therapist, a chiropractor, an occupational therapist, your physician, your nurse practitioner, whoever it may be, that it's so important that we all work together in helping folks to stay away from these harmful effects of opioids and get you away from pain. For those of you who may see this, who have already started down that path to having some addictive behavior with these opioid medications, there is always help. I would be glad to assist. Any of your healthcare providers would be glad to assist you in making the initial steps to overcome that. And as always, here at High Country Physical Therapy, our biggest thing is to prevent the need for these harmful medications to even come in. A lot of injury and a lot of painful situations can be avoided with some simple education and some specific training over a short period of time to avoid behaviors or postures that can lead to these pains. All of this being said, if you've taken opioid medications, you're currently taking opioid medications, I'm not here to browbeat you and make you feel bad about it. There are definitely cases where these medications have great effect and they are an absolute necessity. However, there are alternatives, one of which is physical therapy, exercise, hands-on treatment, education, and the teamwork that we all can provide. If you would like to learn more, please link to the blog post below this video. You can get a hold of us here at High Country Physical Therapy. I'd love to chat with you and go through and see what we can figure out for you. Thank you and have a good day.